Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steelers Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Dave Ribeiro from SteelersSanctuary.com, and this is my co-host, David Corum. What's up, Dave?
What up? What up?
How was that weekend in Hershey Park? Good?
Nice, fun. Got
good.
to do some camping and go to Hershey Park and relax and just have some fun with some friends, man. It was nice.
Yeah, sounds good. I've never been to Hershey Park. Worth going?
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
All right, cool.
Got tons of roller coasters. I never realized it had that many roller coasters before. Well, when I hear Hershey Park, I'm thinking of chocolate, and that's really about it. I go there, and I'm like, holy shit, there's coasters everywhere. So it was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. All right. I thought we'd start the podcast this week just going over some of the roster moves the Steelers made last week. I know you weren't here for the last podcast. A lot of shit happened between the time we last spoke and today. So let's first off, they made a couple trades to round out the roster. They traded for Malik Reed. They gave up a 7th round pick and they got a 6th round pick. No, they gave up a 6th. They got a 7th back plus Malik Reed with the Broncos. He's better than what they had. He's not exactly a superstar, but for a third pass rusher, it is what it is. It's an upgrade for sure.
Yeah. How many sacks did he have over the last 2 years?
13, 5 last year and 8 the year before. 8 the year before is pretty good, man.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, not bad. And then they got this guy, Jesse Davis, who at first I'm like, all right, they finally got a tackle, a swing tackle, a backup tackle. And I look into him a little bit more. He's not that great. He plays better at guard apparently than tackle. I don't know.
They can't play this dude at tackle, dude. I watched a little skit like of him at tackle, and no, I mean,
no. Yeah, he's not that good.
I don't know what the fuck are they doing? Like, they're not bringing in anybody or doing anything to really help. It's to the point where I'm like, man, maybe Daniels is right. They just don't peak in August, and maybe maybe they know that they're not trying that hard or something, and they're just taking it easy. Or so I really to see what we saw and them not do anything really to help it. It just makes you wonder. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if maybe they were told to take it easy out there, don't do nothing crazy. Maybe that's why they look like shit. I don't know, or maybe they just are shit, and there's that. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but that guy though they got from Minnesota, I don't know what the use of that was. The only thing is they love these guys that can fucking go anywhere on the line, and that's the only thing I can think of why they got this guy. And I just I saw the video of him at tackle. It was horrible.
Not good, right? I know.
The claim is he can play guard better. Go ahead, put him at guard, put him up against Green, Dotson, whatever, and see what he can do. If he can do better than them at guard, great. Because we don't even need him to be okay. Be a passable guard for us, please. Like, that's it. Like, that's all we're asking for here, because they're dog shit, and I don't, if they really do. Well, I think Dotson's going to win the. Did they make that official that Dotson won the?
I think Dotson won it. Yeah, I think. Well, they brought Trent Scott back to be, I guess, the swing tackle, and then Jesse Davis is the backup guard. So that brings us to what the hell is Kendrick Green doing here? Why is he on this roster still? He can't play right guard. They're not going to play him at center because Hassenhauer is there. He can't play any tackles, so he's just a backup left guard. I mean, what's he doing on the roster? What are we doing here? Cut bait.
I don't know.
Move on.
I don't know.
I don't get it. All right. The Steelers put a couple guys in IR. We kind of saw this coming. Calvin Austin and DeMonte Casey. I mean, Austin hadn't played almost all preseason, and Casey broke his arm, obviously. So no real surprises there. The Steelers lost Justin Lane and Henry Mondeau. Those guys signed with other people after they were cut.
Did they both go to the Giants?
You know what? I think they did. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I saw the running joke about how the Giants are just running to stack as many
ex-Steelers. They do it all the time. It's crazy.
Like, Jesus. All right.
Joe Haig got cut. He ended up signing with somebody else. I can't remember who off the top of my head. Derek Tuska signed with Tennessee, I think, so we lost him.
Yeah.
Guys that circled back: William Dunkel, Hamilcar Rashed, DeMonte Scott.
Yeah.
I really thought Justin Lane might push Pierre, but
Yeah, I saw they brought in some new guys to the practice squad. Did you see that?
couple of corners. They brought in Jason Huntley, a running back. Cody White made it back to the practice squad. Justin Rigg, this guy's kind of interesting. 6'6", 250, big dude. Rookie free agent. John LeGlue's back. Ryan McCollum's back.
No, I saw they added that Andrew Adams and then a Josh Jackson. Andrew Adams is a safety and Josh Jackson is a CV.
Yep. They got Elijah Riley back.
And I'm fine with that. For practice squad, I like that guy.
Yeah.
I thought he made a lot of tackles. He looked good out there making tackles. I mean, didn't make no splash plays in that last game, but just for his first game there, man, like I thought he did fine.
Yeah, I actually thought he would make the 53-man roster when Casey went on the IR, but they decided just to keep him on the practice squad, which is fine. Yeah. They're pretty good at safety anyway. They're pretty deep. Yeah, that pretty much rounds out the moves. What do you feel about this roster? I'm pretty excited about it, except the offensive line is what scares the hell out of everybody, right? I mean, it's just I was just amazed that like to see that Derek Watt made it, Snell made it, Kilbrew made it by default because Kazi got injured.
Yes. But they all made it, and it was just like, wow, And then corners, I mean, Pierre made it. He survived. It was just like, okay,
we're gonna do this thing again.
I don't know what they see in the guy. I really don't. But whatever. What else? Nothing. There's no other real. I'm trying to think. There's no real main. Well, LeGlue pissed me off. I was pretty pissed they cut LeGlue because they were saying LeGlue was the best looking guard out there in preseason. So, what else? I was happy to see Sims made the 53.
Yeah, I was too.
He was very dynamic. He's a dynamic player, honestly. He can really. Yeah, I don't know. Like I wasn't surprised there. And then Boykin made it too, and we thought those two would be. They let Vaughn go. And it was just like,
and he didn't make it back to the practice squad either, right? I don't know if he signed with anybody else, but
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard he signed with.
I'm
anybody.
Surprised. He had a pretty good preseason. You'd think someone would scoop him up, right?
I guess people just look at who he was facing. They're just like, well, yeah,
Maybe. I would like to see him back in the practice squad. I don't know.
I don't know if you do that well. You think that someone's gonna kick the tires here, on a player, right? See what,
absolutely.
But that's a good thing though, because if we have any major injuries or whatever, then maybe we can pull somebody up and snag him, put him on the practice squad, or better, put him on the 53 if we need him. But hopefully we don't get that bad with the wide receiver corps with injuries. But no, I just I thought that was kind of funny that neither of the Davis brothers made the team.
Yeah, and they ended up keeping one on the practice squad, so it's kind of weird, right?
One made the It was just like, wow, that's got to be kind of awkward. But
right.
But well, good luck, buddy. But
good luck, bro.
I thought that was kind of funny. But just nothing too crazy, nothing that would really throw you off. I think injuries to certain people and certain things set it up. The one that I'll always scratch my head about, though, is Derek Watt. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, man. I said it on the podcast. I said it. We've said it 1,000 times on our own podcast between us. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They don't use a fullback. If they wanted to use a fullback, they have a couple other guys that could fill in that position. It's just bizarre to me.
They must, special teams to them, they must really value that, like really value that. And I remember there was about 3 or 4 years ago, they had a really bad special team season.
Yes. They had a couple in a row, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I think that's why they're doing this, where they're paying these guys a certain amount of money that are really just special teams guys. I think they're doing it to keep that, to not have it be that big of a weakness. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what this comes down to is just they wanted to shore up their special teams, and Snell and Kilbrew and Watt, they're the guys that are on that special teams that do well. So,
they're like special teams specialists, not to put a better term on it. It's just that's what they are.
Yeah,
right?
Honestly, that's what they are. Yeah, right. So okay, we'll see how this goes. But nothing too crazy happened with the 53. I mean, like I said, the the O line is horrible, and
Yeah.
some of these guys shouldn't even be on an NFL roster, but whatever.
Both
That's
outside
it.
linebacker backups got cut, and they brought in two new guys, Malik Reed and Jameer Jones. Tuska and Hamilcar got cut and went back to the practice squad. That was kind of wild. That's kind of, you're changing out basically both backups at the very last second.
I know.
Weird.
I thought that was so strange too. It's like, what in the? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Like, I'm glad that they did it, but like, they did it at such a last minute thing. It was like, oh shit, by the way, we better go replace these guys.
Our entire backup outside linebacker room.
Yeah. So I don't know if they were watching film and they saw like something with those two that they really didn't like, and they, I don't know. Like, it was just, I don't know, man. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I'm glad they did it, like, because Malik Reed they got from Denver. I mean, he seems like he could be a great, third guy out there.
Hopefully, yeah. 13 sacks.
13 sacks in 2 years. It was 8-1. Man, that's good, man. That's
good
and I'm telling you what, for being a third, yeah, like, I'll take that. And
just
Jameer
weird.
Jones,
anything.
yeah, and Jameer Jones showed flash last year in those preseason games, if I remember correctly. He was the one who had the strip fumble. Didn't he run it back for touchdown?
Yes,
okay.
I believe that was him.
Yeah, no, I remember that kid. Yeah, dude, like, I'm fine with that. If you want that to be your 3-4, and look, that Rashid has showed promise.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept him on the practice squad. Just in case, I think he's
I'm glad they got the stash
guy.
him. So I'm cool with that. I mean, really, I'm trying to think here, like, out of everything that they're keeping or didn't keep, like, I'd say what the third middle linebacker position is still kind of scary a little bit, if you will.
Spillane.
And I would say, yeah, it's Spillane. It's like, okay, yeah. So, but then again, there's Mark Robinson now too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, until he gets rolling.
The emergence of Robinson, I think, kind of eases that a little bit. At least you got your run stopper guy out there who's gonna make the fucking tackle. It's just coverage. That's what you got to worry about with him. But he'll learn with time, and you never know. But really, that's about it, man. On the 53 for me, at least.
Yeah, for me too. That's good. We're gonna do our prediction show this week. I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun. Before we do that, you hear Ben Roethlisberger has his own podcast now?
I did.
Oh,
I watched the skit. I watched the skit. It was like he was predicting who should be the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said Mitch.
Yep.
He said it would benefit Pickett to sit and learn. And it was just like, all right, he didn't say nothing like controversial. I mean, it's Ben. You're waiting for it to come.
It's coming.
It's like, huh, okay, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he's going to ruffle some feathers all season long. I guarantee it. It's a matter of time before he says something just to get everyone riled up.
It's Ben, dude.
He'll blow up Twitter at some point for sure.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
Hey, it makes for fun though. It'll be a fun season.
He'll give us plenty to talk about this year. I'm sure of that.
Right.
All right. Steelers overall record. You want to start with that? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
We can go back and forth with the games.
All right,
if you want.
I had them at 9-7.
Really?
Yeah. What do you have?
Well, I guess I'm going to be Mr. Negative here.
Oh, really? You went worse than me?
Yeah,
I'm surprised. What do you got?
So here's what I did. I did the games first, right? Yeah. And just put win or loss. Yeah. I didn't keep track. I didn't count nothing until I was done. I went back 8-9.
Okay. All right. Let's go through it. Bengals week 1.
Yeah. Dude, Wallace, Sutton, Witherspoon have to cover Higgins, Boyd, Chase. Oh, by the way, they got Mixon out of the backfield.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow. And this is at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And not to mention they've got a great D line. So like, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Here's what I am going to say though. It's not going to be a blowout like last year. Like last year, they beat the living shit out of us last year.
Oh, they did.
I don't think it's going to be this bad. I mean, I think they're going to beat it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be an embarrassment. That's the way I look at this. I think Mitch is still going to be running for his fucking life back there.
Yep.
But he's going to find somebody every once in a while, and they're going to keep it. I'm not going to say an actual score prediction, but I think we're not going to see them lose by like 4 touchdowns like last year. I think we're going to see like maybe lose by a couple. But But that's really I just don't see it, dude. I don't see our defense being able to contain all that, and I just don't see our offense being able to, with him under duress constantly. It's going to be troublesome. So I just don't see us pulling it off against them. There's too much firepower.
Yeah, I have as a loss too. The Bengals improved their offensive line, which was their weakness last year. I mean, we'll preview this game later on in the week, but this is a loss. Patriots at home. I had this one as a win.
I had it as a win as well.
Patriots, believe me, living here in New England, hearing all the stories out of their training camp, they're going to be horrendous. They're going to be bad.
Yeah, I honestly like their defense will be decent. They lost Dante Hightower, right? I don't think he signed back.
No.
And so that hurts. And then like I don't know, like I was looking at their defense. I'm like, okay, they still got some pieces there to be decent, but it's their offense where I'm like, ugh. Like I was looking at it. They drafted the Strange kid.
Yep, Cole Strange. Yep.
Yeah, and they drafted him high, and it was like, bro, he's a 5th round projected. Like, what are you doing? And then I think they drafted that other kid that Onwenu. I think he's newer too. I think they just drafted him this year too. So they went more O line, which in theory makes sense to protect your quarterback. Like I get that. But playmaker wise, man, not Steve.
You know, they don't have an offensive coordinator. They did not name an offensive coordinator. It's going to be, they were going to use their old defensive coordinator as
the guy that coached the Lions.
The coach the Lions, yeah. This is strange coming out of there. I'm telling you, it's my man's 70 plus years old. I think Belichick is slowly but surely sliding off the deep end. I don't understand what's going on. They were decent last year. You know,
that defense was
yeah.
stout.
And their defense will probably be good again. They always are. But,
and that's why I gave the edge to the Steelers. I thought both defenses are going to play well. I just think we have the more firepower offense to win games, to win the game, So I just don't see us losing to them. I just really don't. It's not that New England Patriots, stout defense with an offense, Tom Brady offense, that can move the ball. It's just not in them.
All right, week 3 at Browns. I have this one for a win. No Deshaun Watson. I can see the Steelers picking this one off without Watson.
Look, I think they're gonna win this game, and the reason why I think they're gonna win is 1, they don't have Deshaun Watson, and 2, they're going to go all out to stop Chubb and Hunt, and they're gonna force Brissett to have to throw the ball. And usually he throws the ball, that turns into turnovers. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's why I think we're going to win the game.
Yep, we're in agreement there. Week 4, Jets. I gave this as a win for the Steelers. I would have maybe made this a little closer, but Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets. Yeah. He can't win on it. No way. I agree. Like I have here that Jets D on paper, that Jets D actually don't look that bad. No, they're going to be good.
So I think they could give us some issues, but I still think our offense will do enough. But our defense will absolutely shut down their offense like nothing. Like when I look at that, I looked at that Jets depth chart, I was like, ew. I was looking at it and I'm just like, so you got Flacco, Breece Hall. Now they have Elijah Moore, and then they have Corey Davis, but okay. And then who the hell is Garrett Wilson?
No, Garrett Wilson was a first round pick. He might be pretty good.
Was that this year's first round pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, the name don't ring a bell. I'm like, Garrett Wilson.
They like Breece Hall too, but it's Joe Flacco, man. That's that beginning.
Their tight end's Tyler Conklin. Not too good, this isn't no huge playmaker here. I don't know. Their offensive line, I'm just not seeing nothing here that's okay, So I don't think they're going to be that. I think once again, it'll be both teams' defenses will do well, but I think our offense will be way better off, and we'll put up more points than to win the game. Period.
Week 5 at Buffalo. This one's pretty easy. That's a big L. I don't see them going into Buffalo and beating.
I know we pulled it off last year.
Yeah, that's not going to happen
again. We were the exception. That was not the rule.
That was week 1. They weren't ready.
Right. This ain't happening again. We're gonna go in there and because they got that wide receiver group of McKenzie, Diggs, Gabe Davis. That's a good wide receiver trio right there. So
They get the best quarterback in football, Josh Allen, in
right,
my opinion.
and you got Allen thrown to him. Like I don't, and then their defense,
Yeah.
they just added Von Miller, didn't they? So like,
Yes, they did.
so their defense got even better. So you line him up against Moore or Chooks, yeah, okay. Like Mitch is going to be, Mitch is going to be trying to survive on an island back there. Like just, it's going to be bad.
Hey, they lost Levi Wallace though, so watch out.
Your words, not mine. you said that.
Sarcasm.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. They get White back, so
yeah.
You know, like I just don't see it happen.
The next week, I went back and forth on this one. Buccaneers at home. I gave them a loss, but this one's Tom Brady's acting strange, man. I don't know what's going on down there. They could be in trouble down there in Tampa Bay. I don't.
Yeah, look, I had them losing, and it's a lose if it's still the Tom Brady of old, because they added Julio Jones. So now you got to worry about Godwin, Julio Jones, Mike Evans. They brought Leonard back. So you got to worry about him out of the backfield. Like they did lose Gronk, and they did lose Jensen, their Pro Bowl center. So I still, if it's still the same Brady, man, I just think that, and you got to remember their defense is stout too. That D line is nothing to sneeze at. Like, so I don't see it. I no.
It all depends on Tom Brady to me. He's fighting with his wife. Apparently, he took a 2-week leave of absence there. There's all kinds. If he's either not playing or not mentally into it, the Steelers could win this game. But until I see Tom Brady regression, I think they're going to pull it off.
Right, and that's all I'm going off of. But I'll tell you this though: the guy has already tried to retire and came back. Yeah. And the rule of thumb is always, if you're thinking about retirement, you're probably done. So we'll see if that rings true, man, because it's Tom fucking Brady. Like, until he actually sucks, I can't assume it. But like I said, they added Julio Jones. They got that Gage wide receiver too. I think he's a real quick burner. So they added him. They don't have Gronk no more. So,
and there's rumors that Gronk could come back. He could be talked back into playing again.
I can see
he could be back by that game. Who knows? All right, fall week. I lost track of weeks already, but at the Miami Dolphins, I'm telling you, I got them down for a loss on this one too. We'll do our playoff predictions later. I like the Dolphins this year. I think they're going to be very, very good.
Oh yeah. See, I actually went with them winning this game. I think they'll focus. Time we disagreed. Yeah, I think they're going to focus on Tyreek Hill. They're going to force Tua to have to throw the ball. And I hate to say it, but like Tua to me just doesn't impress me. And the games I watch, he could throw an interception and you give him a like he's just not, I don't know. And look, you remember, this is Brian Flores' team. He put this whole team together. So he knows everything about this team, who's capable of doing what, including the quarterback. He's going to know. He's going to be with Terrell Austin and Tom, and they're going to be dialing up some things. And I think it's going to be like having, a 12th member out there on the field. I really think he's going to help them dial up some things. And I think that the Dolphins won't see it coming. And I think we're going to win.
To me, it's a road game.
Right. I get that part. Yep.
Yeah.
You don't got to tell me.
I really like this Dolphins coach, Mike McCarthy. Not Mike McCarthy. What the hell's the guy's name? I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Well, anyway, I like the coach. I think the Dolphins are going to surprise some people this year. We'll see. It's all about Tua. You're right, though. If Tua struggles, they're going to be in trouble. But this guy's an offensive guru. I think he's going to get a lot out of Tua, and I think they're going to be good. We'll see. This is the first time we disagreed, though. Next week at Eagles. This is fourth loss in a row for the Steelers, in my opinion. I think the Eagles are going to be really improved, too. I love the Eagles general manager. He just goes out and gets dudes. Every time they need somebody, he makes a big trade.
Nope, you don't gotta convince me. I agree, dude. They got AJ Brown now. They, Devonta Smith they drafted last year. They got Goddard at tight end. You add in Sanders and Gainwell as well.
Yep.
And you got Hurts who can run and throw. I mean, it's just too many weapons to me. I think it'll be too much for them to contain. And then, we're going to try to run the ball against Hargrave, Cox, Sweat, Reddick. That whole D-line, edge, inside linebacker crew is legit. And, if we can't run the ball, we're cooked. And then they're gonna pen their ear back and they're gonna come flying for Mitch. I just because we talk about the O-line, and I said this, if they're not gonna fix this, it's gonna cost these guys a lot of games. And this is one of those ones that that I put down like, yep, this will cost us right here. Because if we can't run the ball, if we can't utilize Najee, we're cooked. So
yeah, it's a great point. This is why I picked against them. The defensive line against our offensive line, that's a mismatch.
Stout. Yep, stout. They're going to shut Najee down, and it's going to be in Mitch's hands, and Mitch is not going to be able to throw when he's on his back, laid the fuck out. And that's just how it's going to be, I think, in this game. At Philadelphia, dude.
Yeah.
I don't, not happy.
All right, the following week is the Saints at home. I put this one for a win. I don't know what to think of the Saints. New coach. They've been kind of on a downslide for a while. I think the Saints could be bad this year. I think the Steelers win this one pretty easily.
Yeah, so the Steelers will be coming off their bye.
Yep. That's
so they'll be coming off their bye. So they're going to be fresh. They're going to be, hopefully healed. So I think that's one reason that should help Steelers. They're going to have to shut down a healthy Michael Thomas, though, Landry, and that Olave, the rookie, those three there, they got to shut down. And Kamara, let's not even forget about Kamara. Shit, So they're going to have to, I don't know, if they can shut down probably Kamara more and force Winston to have to throw, there you go. That, to me, that's the key. Because, again, he's another guy that, for every touchdown he throws 3 picks. So I think they win the turnover game, and I think that's why they end up winning. And because that was it 2 years ago when Winston had 5 games where he was lights out and then he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Or it was last year. I'm sorry, it was last year.
It was last year, yeah, before he got hurt, yeah.
Okay, and it's everybody's oh my gosh, he's now the newest whatever. And it's bro, he played 5 fucking games. That don't mean that he's suddenly fixed. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm not convinced on Jameis Winston either. That's one of the main reasons I picked against him. He's all over the place. He's not a consistent quarterback. You can't.
I'm not ready to buy it. Give me a whole season. Give me a whole season of it first, and then we'll see. So, and that's the way I look at it. So yeah, I have the Steelers win that one too.
Bengals again, this time at home. I still couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger. I still think it's another loss. I just think the Bengals are clearly better than anybody else in the division. They're one of the top teams in football. I don't see the Steelers getting a win here.
So I was wondering, and I don't know if I should pick this game or the Saints game, but I was kind of wondering if the Steelers are struggling bad. Is Pickett now the quarterback?
This is around the time.
Yeah.
You're right. This is around the time. I think
because
coming off the bye would probably be the one.
Yep. You give them 2 weeks to prep with Kenny.
Yep.
And you get a softer opponent in the Saints.
Yes.
So, and it'd be at home, right? So, fans are going to go fucking ape shit. So, I wonder what we're dealing with here. What is the, is this now with Kenny running the helm or is it still with Mitch? These are some of the things it's kind of fun to speculate now about but
exactly.
But for now, I'm just going to assume it's still Mitch. So against Cincinnati, I still have them losing, even though it's at home. I just don't see them beating that team. I just don't. There's too much firepower on offense. The defense is too good. Their D line is good. They're just
solid. They're solid all the way around.
They're solid. You're gonna have Mike Hilton pitting his ears back, flying. I just don't see it happening. So
Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase scares the living daylights out of me.
Right.
It just does.
Exactly. And look, because this is where I kind of agree with you. We know Cam Sutton can't cover on the outside, so he's probably going to go to slot, right? We know Levi Wallace is good at, is a good tackling CB. Yep. But coverage CB, he's okay. Killer Witherspoon, we know that he's got the hands, right? We know that he can come downhill, make the tackle too. Coverage should be good. He's probably your best cover corner. So are they going to put him on Chase, or is he going to go, put him on Higgins? So I'm guessing he's going to be on Chase. That's going to expose Wallace or Sutton. One of those two is getting exposed against one of those guys because those guys can move.
Yep. And they'll move Ja'Marr Chase around too. They'll put him in the slot and get him matched up. So they'll get the matchup they want.
Right. Yeah, they're going to find the mismatch and expose it. And with our, dude, and with our luck, we'll have fucking Spillane out there or some shit. And they'll fucking put
covering him one-on-one. How many times have we seen that linebacker?
They won't make one fucking adjustment. They'll call timeout, nothing. They'll just fucking roll with it. And
so you're getting me riled up now. It hasn't even happened yet, but it will.
But I mean, like, dude, when I'm looking at this today and I'm looking at these games, I'm getting pissed off because I'm just like, just it sucks. Like, it just that certain things are going to happen and they're not going to do nothing to fucking change it. And it pisses you off. But anyways, losses against Cincinnati.
At Colts, I have this as a loss too.
I do too.
I think Matt Ryan is finally going to solve their quarterback problem. He's going to play well, and the Colts are going to be tough to beat this year. On the road, if this is Kenny Pickett playing by then, his first real road game, the Colts, obviously big-time running game. Yeah,
it's another game where we'll have no run game. They're going to have Buckner, Nagaku. They're going to have Leonard, dude. He's going to be healthy again by the time this comes around. Oh, he should be. Dude, I don't see it happening either. Again, they're going to shut down a run game, and then we're cooked with Mitch running around for his fucking life again, or Pickett, whoever. Mm-hmm. I just that's the other thing, dude. With this line, don't be surprised if we see Rudolph out there because the other two are laid out. They're like done.
It's possible.
That's what worries me. What worries me with this O-line is the injuries. I mean, and I don't even think we've ever even thought about that yet. Like just discussing how many injuries could happen to QBs to where we are down to Mason Rudolph. Think about it. Like it took those three preseason games, dude. It looked bad.
Yeah, you won't get an argument from me about that for sure.
So if that's something else we haven't considered is just the fact that, that Rudolph might actually get playing time because Pickett and Trubisky are injured, and that's the other thing. They might carry all three now instead of only carrying two.
They might dress all three. I mean.
Well, if you're going to fucking pay all of them what you're paying them, you better carry all three. Like, I still can't believe that nothing's happened yet, that somebody hasn't been traded. But whatever.
It's just, it's mind-boggling to me. Next week is the Falcons at home. I get this as a win. I think the Falcons are one of the worst teams in the league. They've got a couple of good skilled players, but this is not a good football team.
Here's my thing for this. If Trubisky's still playing, if he's still starting. So this will be a good judge of should we went with Mariota or Trubisky in free agency. That's something I'm kind of looking.
The knock on Mariota is he's always hurt. He'll probably be hurt by this game.
You could be right.
Deep into the season,
but I'm interested to see if those two face off and we get a good look at both of them of like who will look sharper. Oh, and how about this? What if we don't even face Mariota? Like you said, what if we're facing Desmond Ridder?
Yeah,
another QB that some speculate we might draft and didn't happen.
Yep.
But
I'll take the rookie quarterback.
Dude, honestly, this Falcons team, if you stop Pitts and really they got Pitts and Cordell Patterson, that's really all they have, right? You stop them, it's over. They ain't going to do shit. Their defense ain't that great.
They drafted Drake London, who's supposed to be pretty good as a wide receiver too. They drafted him high, but
I just don't see.
Bad. It's a bad team.
But I just don't see. Yeah, I don't see this team doing much. In fact, I think we win. I think the offense puts up a lot of points.
Yeah. Following week is the Ravens at home. I have them split with the Ravens. I put a win, and that'll probably give it away, but a loss later on. But this is always close games. It's always battles. We know the Ravens week is crazy. I'm not that high on the Ravens this year. They don't have any wide receivers. Lamar Jackson is still not signed to a long-term contract. It seems like he's not happy there. This could be a bad Baltimore season.
Every one of his starting wide receivers on the depth chart from what I've looked at were drafted last year or this year. There are no wide receivers starting that are experienced wide receivers. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. A couple of those guys are burners. Like the Vernway's a burner. I think that Zach Broach, is that other guy they drafted wide receiver? I think he's pretty quick too.
Yeah. I mean, they got speed, but they're inexperienced. And we don't even know if Lamar Jackson's all that great of a throwing quarterback. I mean, and if he's not happy, I don't know. This team, So what are they going to do? Are they going to just run him till the tires fall off?
Well,
And
they're
then get him
gonna
hurt?
well they're gonna mix in Davis and Dobbins as long as they're both healthy. Kenyon
Yeah.
Drake, they're gonna mix them in there. Yeah, it is gonna be a run show. It's gonna be Lamar with those three. It really is.
Yeah.
And then they'll do some play action, the big play, hopefully. Find the tight end for them. He's really good.
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, yeah. Yeah.
So they're gonna he's gonna be big. Oh, they got that other tight end. His name's Likely.
Yep.
He's looked pretty good in preseason.
They like their tight ends,
so
though. They like
do.
their tight ends.
They do. So I just, like I said, and like you said, actually, if it's at their place, we're taking a loss. If it's at ours, we're probably taking a win. And that's just how these games go for most time. Most times we're going to battle out. It's going to be down to the wire. And most of the time, it doesn't matter how good the other team is than the other. It's always a close rivalry game. And I think that's just it. It's at home. So I'd pick Steelers to win this one.
The following week at the Carolina Panthers, I have this one as a win too. I don't think Carolina is very good. Actually, they'll be okay. But I think the Steelers can handle them.
Their defense is decent. I just don't think they can stop Najee, Muth, Pickens, Claypool, because they're going to be too busy trying to take care of Deontay, trying to guard him. And I just think the others are going to feed. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to feast, and it's going to be too much for them.
How Baker Mayfield plays for them is the key. If they get the good Baker Mayfield, that could possibly be a playoff team. If they get the bad Baker Mayfield,
I just think the defense is going to go all out to stop McCaffrey.
Yeah,
and
force him to throw. Too.
They're going to try to force him to throw, and like you said, we'll see if they have the good or the bad Baker. But I had the Steelers win this one too.
All right, following week at home against the Raiders. I have this as a win. I'm not impressed with the Raiders. I'm not. I got them losing. You got a loss? Man, I'm not that impressed with them. Why do you think?
Because I think Carr's good enough, but now you add Devontae Adams to that group. Yeah. Now you got to deal with Jacobs run the ball, Adams, Renfro, Waller, and then on defense you got Crosby, Billings, Jones, Nichols on the D line. Najee's not going to be able to run the ball. Again, they're going to be flying past our O line. Kendrick Green's going to do that shit where he breaks his neck watching the guy run past him, and they're going to kill Mitch or whoever's back there. And it's going to be. I could see us having about 3 fumbles, and they score on 2 turnovers out of 3, and they're cooked. I think it's too much firepower on their offense, and I think their D line's too good, and we're not going to be able to run the ball this.
I think their offensive line is terrible, and I think TJ Watt's going to have a field day.
We'll see.
Secondary's bad, and don't forget this is the Immaculate Reception anniversary game too, right? This is going to be a special. They're going to have a big deal. They have Franco there in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it's a horrible. I don't know if a lot of people will be there though. It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. On top of everything else,
8:15 at night. I just don't know if a lot of people are going to be there, right? I mean, I'll be happy as shit. I got something else to do besides the Christmas shit, the presents and all that stuff.
My wife's going to kill me, but I'm going to watch every minute of this game.
It's right. Like it's happening. Yeah. So, but I just don't see it, dude, because we faced Raiders this past year and lost them, did we?
Did we? No, I don't think so. Was 2 years ago?
I can't.
I have to look it up now. I don't think they did.
They lost to the Raiders. I'm pretty sure they did. And I feel like this team's gotten better, like way better. Devontae Adams, dude, you got to remember, he's top 3 wide receiver in the league consistently.
Yeah, I think people are making too big a deal. I don't know. It's not. Don't get me wrong. They did play the Raiders and they lost. You're right.
Making a big deal out of Devontae Adams,
but
bro, he's top 3 wide receiver in the league.
Derek Carr gets jittery in the pocket when he's rushed, and
but he could sling
those guys. He can. We'll see. This is a good one. We'll just disagreed on. We'll see how it plays out.
I just picture this: Waller, top 3 tight end; Devontae Adams, top 3 wide receiver. Renfro is good, and
Renfro's very good.
He's very good. And then Jacobs is nothing to sneeze at running back either. He's not the greatest, mind you. He's not top 3, but he's still good.
Oh yeah,
and as long as he stays healthy too, if he's healthy. But dude. And then I was looking at their D line. I'm like, good Lord. They got, Billings in himself is a whole plugger, like by himself, man. And then you stack him with Nichols and Jones. And Crosby, that dude had a hell of a year last year for them.
Yes, he did.
So
Yes,
I just don't see it. I don't see us beating them. I really don't.
All right, good. Following week, we talked about it's at Ravens. I got this as a loss. I think you do too. They're going to split with the Ravens. They usually do.
Crowd's going to be rocking there with this offense, with that O-line.
Nope. Yeah. And then they wrap up the season at home against the Browns. This is a win for me. I think they sweep the Browns, even if Deshaun Watson's there.
I went opposite.
You did?
Yep.
That team's a shit show. They're not beating anyone.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I didn't want to cut you off. I went loss, and here's why. One, it's coming off after a Ravens game.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
Like, dude, every time the Ravens Steelers play that next week, they play like shit. They are absolutely wrecked. Like, it's bad. Like I saw that their record. They combine their records after facing each other, and it was horribly bad. Like, bad.
Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me.
So I personally think they lose, and it's because they're going to be battered and beaten to hell and back. And it's going to be Deshaun Watson. He's going to be, he is a good quarterback. So I pick them because of what I just said. Now they got to try to contain him. And then you got to still got to worry about Hunt. You still got to worry about Chubb. So I just don't see it. I don't see them winning this one. I think they lose.
Well, think about this too. By the final week of the season, the Browns will pretty much be out of it, almost guaranteed, because without Deshaun Watson all season. So now, do they even play Deshaun Watson? Or they save him for next year? They'll probably bench this.
And and that'd be nice if that happens, because then that definitely would change my prediction. If that's it, then yeah, of course. But if everything plays regularly, then yeah, I went back and counted, and I was like, oh shit, I got them going 8-9. Like, I did it. I didn't keep count or anything. I just went down through, put win-loss, didn't keep track, and then I went back and counted. And I have them going 8-9.
See, and I have 9-8. So we're close to each other. I mean, we're with one game.
And dude, it's so funny because like after that first preseason game, I was like, shit, we're getting 10 wins. We're gonna whoop that ass. I was like, yeah, we got this. Then that second game, I'm like, oh my God, we suck so bad. I'm like, all over the place here. But that third preseason game, it was still bad. And I just, that O-line, they didn't do anything to really fix it. Nothing. And then you cut the guy that everybody said was doing good at right guard. Like, it just didn't make sense to cut LeGlue. So I have going 8-9, and I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be any of that bullshit. I'm really just calling it like I see it without even keeping track. And then I went back, counted 8-9. So that's what I'm going with, 8-9 for the season. Mike Tomlin's first ever losing season.
Yeah, anything's possible.
And I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do go 10-7, like I predicted 3 fucking weeks ago. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
All right, we predicted the AFC North final standings. I'll go first. I have the Bengals obviously winning the division. I think they're the class. They're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the AFC. I have the Steelers second, Ravens third, and Browns fourth. That's the way I think it's going to.
I went Bengals, then Ravens, then Steelers, then Cleveland.
Wow, look at Mr. Negative over here.
Dude, I'm pissed off at them. Like, I'm really pissed off. Seriously. Like, some of the shit they did the last couple weeks, I just, all I can say is, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? And I just think it's going to hurt them. I hate to say it. I really do. But I just don't see it happen. I think they're going to get third in the division.
I think this is going to be the worst Ravens season in a long time. I think this whole Lamar Jackson thing is going to fester all year long and get worse and worse. They haven't signed him, unless they sign him before the season, which could happen, but it doesn't sound like it's going to. With all these contracts going crazy, he wants a Deshaun Watson deal. He wants guaranteed money, and they're not going to pay a run/pass quarterback guaranteed money, because this guy could get hurt at any minute. I really think you're looking at 6-11, 5-12 for the Ravens this year. I think they're going to be bad. I think their lack of weapons at wide receiver, offensive line, a lot of guys coming back from injury. This could be This could be this season that the Ravens fall apart.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little higher on them than you are. Like I think Lamar Jackson is a good running quarterback. I don't think he's as accurate as guys like Mahomes and them, but I still think he's good enough to be dynamic. I mean, the guy won the MVP for God's sakes. Like
I love the guy too, but
so I think as long as if Dobbins is legit for them, like they thought last year when they drafted him, if he's legit, then they have something. And one of those young guys, if DeVernway or Broach, is it Proach, something like that? I can't pronounce it.
Prochet, that's
Prochet, and then if one of those guys is legit, now he's got a wide receiver and good. And so I just think that they have got a shot to actually be good. And I think they will be. I think they'll be. I think they'll have a better record than the Steelers. That's what I think.
Okay. AFC playoff teams. I went Chargers, Bengals, Colts, Bills as the division winners, and I went Chiefs, Dolphins, and Broncos as the Chiefs, Dolphins, and Steelers as the wild card team. I'm giving the Steelers the last wild card spot.
I did not. Obviously, saying they're going 8-9. Yeah. So I think I went Bills, Bengals, Titans. Okay, no, Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, Titans. And then I got Chargers, Ravens, Raiders.
Wow.
I know you're down the Raiders, but I'm really high on them.
Yeah, we differ on them. So that'll be fun to watch.
Adding Devontae Adams was huge to me. Like that's like I said, he's hated him a top 3 wide receiver. And I see. Did you say the Dolphins in yours?
Yes, I like the Dolphins.
And see, I don't really blame you there for the fact that they did go get Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I like the coach. Like I said before, he's an offensive genius
minded guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to do things with Tyreek Hill. Is going to drive the league crazy.
Yeah, I don't see that's the thing. I don't blame you, dude. Actually, when I was trying to figure this out, it was hard as shit because it was like I like Denver too, and I was like, well, I can't pick 4 fucking teams from the West. I was trying to figure out. I was like, shit. So, because I was thinking about, dude, not the West, the AFC West.
The West, yep.
Dude, that's that's stacked. Like I was like, damn, like Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, and freaking Denver. I was like, dude, wow, because it's so hard with Denver because they got Russell Wilson now. They got, I think, KJ Hamler, right? They got KJ Hamler.
Wide receivers. They got very good wide receivers.
Fast, guys. So and their defense is nothing to sneeze at. It's good too. So it's like, I don't know, man. I guess I picked the Raiders just because they have more firepower. Because Hamler is one of those speedster guys, but I think he was injured a lot though last year.
He was,
and they got Judy, and he was injured too a lot though. I thought.
A couple guys.
So it's
like injuries.
So you're like, man, you got some dynamic wide receivers, but they can't stay healthy. So it's like, are you really going to be able to? Oh, and they got is it Devontae Williams? Is that the running back, right?
They got good running backs. They got the kid that was in the Chargers too. What the hell's his name? And they got Javonte Williams. I like Javonte Williams a lot. He came up the same draft as Najee.
5th round pick, right?
No, he was a late second or early second, right?
No, I thought
out of North Carolina.
He was late.
No, he was a big prospect. I liked him. The fifth round guy I think you're thinking of is Elijah Mitchell from the 49ers.
That's what it was. Yep.
Javonte Williams I liked a lot.
Yeah, he's a dynamic runner, man.
Okay. Yeah. I said Broncos when I first announced my playoff teams because they were between them and the Steelers. I kept going back and forth. I think it'll be close, but I think Pittsburgh might eke their way into the playoffs again, like they did 2 years ago.
If you say so.
We didn't do NFC playoff teams, right? Did you do your NFC playoff teams?
No, I didn't do NFC.
All right, so we'll skip over Super Bowl teams. I've got the Buffalo Bills, not a big surprise there, and I'm going to say the San Francisco 49ers as a surprise team making the Super Bowl.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The NFC is trash. There's not any good teams out there.
No. Okay, so you know it's funny, right? So me and my wife, we take turns driving when we drive long distance. So she was driving and I was working on getting ready for the podcast, and it was literally came out of my mouth. I went, man, the NFC, these teams are shitty. Like every one of them.
Yeah, it's
like I literally said it out loud. And you're right. Like I was looking at these teams, I'm like, who the hell's gonna make it to the Super Bowl out of all these teams? So I just went with, what's the word I'm looking for? Old reliable, Tom Brady.
you went Buccaneers.
I went Buccaneers.
No.
I was just like, I think my dude just got some facial surgeries done. He's gonna be single. My man's gonna be riding high, ready to roll at like 47 years old or whatever the fuck it is he is now. He's ready. Dude, they got Julio Jones now on that team to go with Godwin, to go with Mike Evans. They got Leonard Fournette still. Like, and that defense, it hasn't gotten any worse. That their only big losses is Gronk and Jensen. Okay. But if Gronk comes back, and he might come, dude, they might wait till like week 10 and be like, Tom, let's do this. Right? I mean,
that's what's going to happen. You can mark it down. That's definitely happening.
So I don't know who their center is now, but like, really, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And they got Brate at tight end, by the way. And Brate's nothing to sneeze at either. He's not that bad. I thought he produced more for them than Howard did, really, to be honest, before they brought Gronk into the fold.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I just, it's Tom fucking Brady. Like, out of that group, like, you could easily maybe go Green Bay, right? Oh, another team that I almost picked was the Cowboys.
Yeah, they just had a big injury on their left tackle. They lost their left tackle for the season.
Right. Like, Dak, they got two.
They're loaded on offense.
They got Elliott, and they got the other dude that can run real well too. Plus, they got major wide receivers on the team too. So, like, and their defense has been good. Their defense was a turnover machine last year.
So sure were.
I was tempted to pick Dallas. That's just that, again, is Dak going to be healthy? It is, they, like you said, they just lost their left tackle. You just don't know. Yeah, with that team, a lot of injuries always happens to them, always.
Yep.
So I was just like, shit. I guess I'm gonna go with Tom Brady and them Buccaneers. I just, like I said, man. At the end of the day, like Aaron Rodgers, he lost Devontae Adams, and so I don't
think the Packers are gonna do much this season. Let me make my case for the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is the best. He's my favorite head coach in the NFL. He's one of the top guys. He's so innovative on offense. It's so much fun to watch that team on offense with the shifts and the moves, and they're fantastic. They re-signed Deebo Samuel, which he demanded a trade for a while there. They got him back. That's huge. Brandon Ayuk, I heard, is having a great training camp. He's ready to break out. They've got the best tight end in football, and George Kittle are one of the best. Their offensive line is fantastic. Trent Williams is the best left tackle in football. When you flip over to defense, they got a great defensive line, Bosa, Armstead. They got Fred Warner as a linebacker. That team's loaded. In a weak NFC, the only thing is the quarterback, Trey Lance. How's he going to do? And I have a feeling Kyle Shanahan's going to drive people fucking bananas with that kid running around, running option plays. He's going to drive people crazy. They're going to be a tough team to beat. In a weak NFC, I think the 49ers can sneak in and get to the Super Bowl. I really do.
I don't, it's a good argument. I don't, I just, for me, it was that whole thing, what you just said, the quarterback.
Yeah.
We don't know how this kid's going to really do. We have no idea.
They still have Jimmy G too. He re-signed. What the hell?
I know, that is so nuts. I was just like, what? Like, I was like,
what it is, dude? He's the smartest man in the NFL. He's going to get starter money and sit on the freaking bench all season and just collect paychecks. The dude is a genius.
And be healthy.
Yep.
Like, my dude just, he's laughing all the way to the bank. Like, dude, I'm making millions and I'm not doing a fucking thing.
He's going to be dating porn stars and just collecting paychecks. Dude, smartest guy in the league.
Living a life. Like,
it's not even close.
You can't argue with his his mindset.
Nope.
Hey,
my hero.
Yeah.
The dude is just the smartest. All right, we're gonna do some Steelers specific predictions now. We were gonna do a prediction of who the Steelers starting quarterback is, and then today they named Mitch Trubisky captain. I don't know if that guarantees him being the starter, but I'll be honest, that's the way I was going anyway. I think they were going to start with Mitch.
I just got a notification they had dropped their official depth chart.
And is Mitch number one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a surprise, really.
Let me let me drop this down here. Where's it at? Check out our official depth chart. It's loading.
I mean, I thought Trubisky would start anyway. He's the veteran guy.
Yeah, Trubisky's
90,
listed as the quarterback.
yeah.
He's first.
Yeah. So much for that.
Yeah.
All right. Mitch is the starter. Who gets the most snaps for the season between him and Kenny Pickett?
Trubisky.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just good enough where he's going to make it hard to have him replaced.
Yep. Just like the preseason.
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
The preseason. He was good enough. That's all he had to do. All he had to do was just not make any mistakes and be good enough and not do nothing stupid. And he was it.
Yeah.
So,
right,
good.
Here's my final question that I just thought of before we get on. What are the chances Kenny Pickett's the third guy without a hat?
It's been floated.
Yeah.
And actually, I should have looked at that while I was looking it up just now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up real quick because
it just occurred to me when you said it, I was like, wait a second. They dropped the depth chart. So
it's
not in there anymore. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll find it.
It's the nightmare scenario, right? Like they leave Kenny Pickett, who I think should be the starter. I wrote the article about it. I've talked about it a couple times. He did enough. He's the future of the team, the future of the franchise. Just start him week 1. See what you got. Roll him out there. Let's see it. You got it?
Dude, they got Kenny as third.
Yep. I'm telling you, this is going to happen. We've been banging the drum that Mason's not going to be on the team because he won't accept not wearing a hat. He's going to wear a hat in Kenny.
This is insane. Oh, yeah. You draft my dude 20th overall and you don't what? But see,
has 130 quarterback rating in the preseason.
But look, I'm telling you, I don't think they're doing that this year. I think they're going to have all three wear a hat.
It's possible. I mean, that's tough on game day though, because you don't get to dress everybody to begin with. You need all the moving parts to have 3 quarterbacks. It's kind of a freaking waste.
I can't believe this. I'm fucking shocked right now. Like,
are they still playing this game to drive up the price? Like, are they still playing these charades so that somebody will give them a 4th round pick?
Like, what the fuck does Pickett got to do, my man? Didn't he have 155 passer rating in the one game? Like,
that's crazy.
It was something astronomical. Like, I mean, most of his passes were not like, deep passes, but still, my man was doing good. Wow, dude, 3rd. Wow.
There has never been a quarterback in the history of the league, I don't even have to look this up, that was drafted in the 1st round, killed it in the preseason, and then didn't get a hat on Sunday. It's never happened. But leave it to the Steelers and Mike Tomlin to be the first on that. Holy fuck. I don't even know what to say about this.
Yeah, this is nuts. Dotson's number 1 at left guard.
That doesn't surprise me. Kendrick Green's unplayable. Right. He's unplayable.
Yeah, and they have no backup starters behind James Daniels at right guard.
It's Jesse Davis. He's going to be the swing guy.
Still got Green as the backup to Dotson. Just wow. Trent Scott is backing up more.
Yeah, that's what we figured, right? That's what we said.
Jesse Davis at backup right tackle to Chooks.
Yeah, he's going to do both, right guard and right tackle, I think.
Yep, Najee, Jalen, then Benny Snell.
Jalen second, huh?
Yeah.
Officially. Yeah.
Yeah, officially second, then Benny. Connor Hayward 3rd on the depth chart, tight end. We figured that anyways. Yeah, dude. Wow, this is nuts. Chase Pickens and Deontay, right?
Yeah. No surprise,
Pickens is backup. Sims is Claypool's, and Gunnar Olszewski is DJ's.
Yeah.
And
I saw today DJ was limited at practice with that shoulder too.
Yeah, did you see that video? I saw it too. I was like, that's not good. So Cam, Ogunjobi, Alaba, TJ, then Malik Reed, Devin, Devin Bush is the official first string.
Not a surprise there.
With Spillane behind him and Miles Jack with Robinson behind him. Pierre is the backup to Witherspoon.
It's pretty chalk after that, right? I mean, obviously Edmonds and Minka are the starters.
And they have Levi the backup to Cam. Sutton.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we have to think about, Tomlin always says these, well, is this really considered a preseason depth chart? I mean, this is week 1, because he always says, don't pay attention to the preseason depth charts. I don't like doing them. They don't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. But we're into week 1 now. This is game week. It's Monday.
And they have Arthur Millette for the nickel.
Yeah. So Arthur Millette, that's weird.
And then their punt returner and kick returner is Gunner and Sims.
Yeah.
So
if they go to 2 cornerbacks, is it Cam and Witherspoon and not Wallace?
That's what they're implying here. They're implying here that the left corner is Witherspoon and the right corner is Sutton.
That'll be interesting. That's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. And
then when they go 3 wide receivers, they just kick Sutton inside, or do they put Wallace inside?
Right.
Or do they not use Wallace and use Millette?
This is no. You know, we talked about this, like how bad Cam gets exposed on the outside against top wide receivers, like especially fast wide receivers. Like he does not keep up with them.
As a number 2 guy, though, is he better than Wallace? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't.
I know.
I don't know.
No, we shouldn't bang on him too. He's a great slot corner. He's not a terrible outside corner.
I think he's a great jack of all trades guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think he's solid. He's just everywhere. He's solid everywhere, but he's not, elite, if you will, at one position. That's how I look at it. We'll see. I don't know. I was under the impression that Sutton would kick in at slot because that's where he does best, in my opinion. That is where I think he does best as a slot corner. But whatever.
All right, let's get back to our predictions.
What are we going to go with next? Who leads the Steelers in receiving yards?
Sure, let's do that one.
I'm going to go Deontay Johnson.
Yep, I went Deontay Johnson too, provided he's healthy, which is now becoming a little scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the best receiver on the team, all things considered. And now that it's not the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger throwing to him, it's actually a competent quarterback. I think he can have a real breakout season.
Right. He's the most polished receiver of the group.
He's really good. I don't think people understand how good he is.
He is a elite route runner.
Yes.
Like his route running is just filthy. Like, it's just so good. So I go with him. And because now he's got more help because they got to really worry about hopefully Claypool in the slot with Pickens on the outside. Yeah. So they're going to have to put more focus on them now. He's not going to get doubled up every time. He's not going to deal with that bullshit as much this year. But, all right.
Who has the most passing yards? Do you think it's Mitch? I think we said Mitch is going to start most of the game. So
I think for quarterback stats, I think it's going to be Mitch. Like I said, I think if there's a change made, it'll be coming off that bye week in week 9 against the Saints.
Theoretically, a possibility that Pickett could throw for more yards. He comes in week 9. It's possible, but I think I had Mitch down too, though. I think, like we said earlier, he's going to do just good enough to keep the starting job for most of the season.
Well, bro, we said Pickett was going to come in. Now it might be Rudolph. Like, what in the hell? Anyways, I'm sorry. It's driving me nuts.
It's a good point. I think in an emergency situation like an injury, they go with Mason because he's experienced. Then following week, if Mitch is out, I think they go to Pickett and they give him a week to prepare. Maybe that's what Tomlin's thinking. I don't know. It's bizarre. Mason's played and he's played off the bench. So you make him second. And then if it's long-term, they go to Pickett. Hopefully.
I guess.
How many sacks will Malik Reed have this season? This is interesting to me because before they traded for him, I would have said 1 between Tuska and Jannat Avery. This guy's decent. I have him down for 4. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I had 4 too. Yeah, I did. I had 4.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right?
But I'll tell you what, though. If he's filling in for Highsmith with Watt still out there, this guy could actually get more.
That's a good point.
They're going to be because they're going to focus on Watt, and this guy could feast. So
absolutely.
I'd say the ceiling is 6, 7.
Yeah, I mean he's had 8 2 years ago, so it's not outrageous for sure.
And 2 years ago, who was the other outside linebacker? Von Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So that makes sense.
Yep. All right, who's the Steelers Rookie of the Year this year?
I go Pickens.
I went Pickett. I think,
Really?
Yeah, I think once he gets in.
Hey, you heard about the depth chart, right?
Yeah, well, that was before the depth chart dropped. So, in my defense, yeah, can I change my pick now?
Yeah, you may want to. Steelers had other plans, buddy.
Oh my God,
they had other plans.
Oh my God, God help us.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because I'm getting depressed. Who leads the team in tackles?
I got Miles Jack.
I'm gonna go Devin Bush. I'm the last remaining Devin Bush truther on planet Earth.
Okay, can we have a talk here? You are usually the negative guy.
I am. I don't know what happened. We switched brains this week.
You are Mr. Power of Positivity. And here I am. I'm like, we're fucked. Like nothing's gonna go right. And you're just Devin Bush is gonna lead the team in tackles. The one guy that avoids contact about 75% of the time on the field. Really?
I have to be consistent. I've been trying to back Bush the entire preseason, the entire offseason. I got to stay consistent. I think when the lights turn on week 1, he regresses back. Well, I shouldn't say regress. That's a bad word. Goes back to his rookie year, starts playing well, gets confident, builds on that. Next thing you know, boom, he's a 100 tackle guy again. I know I'm in the minority on this.
Hey, folks that are listening to this, keep track of this.
This one might come bite me in the ass, but
we're gonna bring them receipts out. We're gonna bring them receipts out.
Yeah, we're gonna save this to come back. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm sure I'll be like completely wrong on 90% of this, but what the hell? Devin Bush.
All right. Okay.
All right. Who leads the team in interceptions?
I put Witherspoon.
All right. I went Minka. I think
again.
Now that he's not the
who led him last year? Was it Minka?
Probably. Was it Cam? Son?
Was it? Yeah, it might have been.
They didn't have a lot.
Yeah, I remember Minka obviously had to be a linebacker because your boy Devin Bush sucked. But
yes,
yeah,
I know. I'm aware.
But yeah, so no, that's a good pick. I think
that Minka gets to play free safety like he's supposed to this year.
Yes, if he's allowed to be, then in theory you should be right. I don't know, man. Witherspoon was an interception machine.
He was.
Towards the end, I was just like, Jesus, so.
If he leads the team in interceptions, this is a good defense. This is a very good defense. That means he's playing really well. That means this defense is really, really good. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope I'm hoping that, yeah.
That was the last one, right?
Yeah, it's all I got.
Yeah, this is fun. I like doing the prediction stuff. It's
yeah.
It'll be cool. We'll look back. We'll definitely look back at it at the season end to see how good or how bad we did. But yeah, this is fun. I like doing it. You got anything else before we wrap this up? Week 1, dude, 6 days away.
No, I'm ready, man. All this talk. Now it's time to watch them play. It's just first games at Cincinnati, and I don't know. So, like I said, I just don't go get embarrassed. Like, give them a good game for God's sakes, because they whooped that ass last year twice, and it was so embarrassing to watch that shit. So, like when Mike Hilton, when he said that the Steelers weren't even trying. They quit. They quit out there, dude. That's embarrassing to hear somebody say that. Next Steelers say that about you. Come on, but yeah, no. I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait. I don't know when we'll do our next podcast. I'm not sure when we'll do our next one.
Friday, maybe Thursday.
Yeah, Friday. Maybe. Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
Preview the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be quarterback news between now.
Oh, dude, Jesus. But yeah, no, I'm down to do a pregame for sure.